You wake up at 6 a.m. to an alarm that sounds like a car horn. Your mattress is thin, the kind that came free with the bed frame you found on Craigslist. You roll out of bed and your feet hit cold linoleum. This is life at zero net worth. Not broke, not homeless, just starting. Nothing in your name except debt and a dream that feels further away every morning. You shower in 3 minutes because hot water costs money. You make instant coffee because the good stuff is for people who've made it. You check your bank account on your phone, $42 until Friday. You do the math. Gas, food, maybe fix the headlight that's been out for 2 weeks. The math doesn't work. It never does. But here's what nobody tells you about this level. You're hungry. Not for food, though sometimes that too. Hungry in a way that makes you move different, think different, hustle harder than you ever will again. You take the job nobody wants. You work the shift everyone avoids. You say yes when you're exhausted because no isn't an option yet. Fast forward. You hit your first milestone. $25,000 in the bank. Not rich, but something. You move into a better apartment. Nothing fancy, but the shower has good water pressure, and you don't hear your neighbors fighting through the walls anymore. You buy the name brand cereal. You get the coffee you actually want. Small things, but they feel massive. Your alarm is different now. It's a gentle chime, something you picked because you could. You still wake up early, but it's by choice. You're building something. The hunger is still there, but it's focused now, sharper, like you finally know which direction to run. Then you cross into six figures, $100,000. Your parents are proud. Your friends ask for advice. You feel like you've made it, like you've cracked some secret code everyone else is still searching for. You upgrade everything. Better car, better clothes, better neighborhood. You start saying things like, I deserve this because you do. You worked for it. You earned every dollar. But something strange happens up here. The hunger fades. Not completely, but enough that you notice. You get comfortable. You start protecting what you have instead of chasing what you don't. You take fewer risks. You play it safe. You become the person who talks about what they used to do instead of what they're doing now. You keep climbing though. $500,000. Your house has a garage, 2 cars, both paid off. You take vacations without checking prices. You invest in things you don't fully understand because someone told you that's what smart people do. You hire someone to do your taxes. You have a financial advisor who calls you by your first name and pretends you're friends. Life is good. Life is comfortable. Life is exactly what you thought you wanted when you were sleeping on that Craigslist mattress. You've built a fortress around yourself. Stable income, retirement accounts, college funds for kids you might have someday. Everything is planned, calculated, optimized. But late at night, when you can't sleep in your expensive bed with the memory foam and the cooling gel, you think about that younger version of yourself, the one who had nothing but moved like everything was possible. You wonder when you stop being that person. You wonder if the fortress you built became a prison. And that's when you realize something crucial. The game changes at every level, but the most dangerous level isn't zero. It's the one where you have enough to lose. You're at the crossroads now, 700,000, maybe more. You've got options, real ones, the kind that used to only exist in daydreams. You could coast from here, maintain what you've built, protect the kingdom. Most people do. They plant their flag at comfortable and defend it until they retire. But there's another path, the one that scares you because you remember what hunger costs. You remember the sleepless nights, the anxiety, the constant weight of almost failing. You swore you'd never go back to that feeling. Yet here you are, considering it. $1 million level. It's right there. Close enough to see, but far enough to require sacrifice. Getting there means letting go of comfortable. It means risking what you've built. The stable job with the good benefits? Gone. The predictable paycheck? Gone. The safety net you spent years weaving? You'll be cutting holes in it yourself. Your friends think you're crazy. You've got it made. Why risk everything now? Your parents worry. They didn't raise you to be reckless. Even you question it. 3 a.m. thoughts hit different when you've got something to lose. But you know something they don't. Comfort is quicksand. It pulls you down slowly, so slowly you don't notice until you're stuck. Every year you stay comfortable, you sink a little deeper. The voice that used to scream more becomes a whisper, then silence. You make the jump. You quit the job. You start the business. You invest everything into the idea that won't let you sleep. Month 1 is terrifying. Month 3 is worse. Month 6, You're questioning everything. Your savings account is bleeding. Your partner is stressed. You're back to store brand cereal, but this time it stings because you remember the alternative. Then something breaks open. A client says yes. A product takes off. A door opens that was locked yesterday. You're not rich yet, but you're moving again. That old hunger, it's back, but it's different now. Refined. You're not running from poverty anymore. You're running towards something bigger than comfort ever was. 2 million. 5 million. The numbers start losing meaning. You're not counting anymore. You're building, creating. You've got people depending on you now. Employees, partners, communities you didn't even know you'd impact. The responsibility is crushing and exhilarating at once. You look back at every level you climbed. Each one taught you something. 0 taught you hunger. 25,000 taught you discipline. 6 figures taught you systems. 500,000 taught you the danger of comfort. In this level, it's teaching you that the game never ends. There's always another mountain, always another challenge, always another version of yourself you haven't met yet. You're standing on ground that seemed impossible from the bottom. The view is incredible, but you're not staring backward, you're looking up, because you finally understand what separated every level from the next. It wasn't luck, it wasn't timing, it wasn't even talent. It was the willingness to be uncomfortable again, to trade the fortress for the frontier, to remember that the opposite of success isn't failure. It's comfort accepted too early, potential left untapped, hunger that died because you fed it security instead of purpose. The younger version of you on that Craigslist mattress wouldn't recognize your life now, but they'd recognize the fire. That's the only thing worth keeping from every level. Everything else is just scenery that changes as you climb. You'll reach levels where the money stops mattering as much as the person you had to become to get there. Some people peak at comfortable, and that's their choice. Others keep climbing until their last breath. Neither is wrong. But know this, every level demands a price, and the currency changes as you rise. At the bottom, you pay with time and sweat. At the top, you pay with peace and simplicity. Choose your altitude carefully. The view gets better, but so does the fall.